program on Tuesday at 6 at the auditorium. And the junior high and senior high commencement and promotion respectively at 7 on Wednesday and Thursday. So we'd like you guys to participate in that and do the presentation of the diplomas. Julie's already, Mrs. Strong has already done a soft posting, so it won't be a problem for a public meeting. So yeah, if you have any questions on the ceremony, Miller's already got the programs lined out. It should be a good program. How many are we graduating this time around?
6. You take 1 or 2 depending on
A lot of pressure. Parents holding the breath. No, thank you. Staffing and scheduling. It's a time for that. Schools are hard at that. We're interviewing every week for different things and working towards that. As we get the staffing completed, the schedule kind of becomes easier to finalize. Pre-registration the potential nurse next board meeting, we wanted to pay attention to that. We qualified for the grant, to hire an additional nurse at the school, which we think could be beneficial. So we have a couple of qualified candidates. Have that too.
Is it full time?
Yeah, but it's I think it's a 1 year with option or maybe subsequent years. Was it 1 year or was it a 2-year start? I think it was a 1 year.
1 year, and then if the grant renews it, then we would just keep going as long as the grant renews.
And is it an RN position or is it a senior
RN position.
So that's
That's a requirement with the
a
grant.
chunk of pay.
Yes, it is. But they're funding
But
it.
they're funding it.
Because RNs are $40-50 an hour.
Yeah, but this isn't exactly an ER. We don't love Band-Aids. This is yeah. But it is, yeah. RN. We got priority on it, I think, because of our location and some other factors, but they gave it to us. We can hire as soon as we can, but it looks like most of the places that were awarded weren't going to start until mid-July, which is the start of the fiscal year. They were looking at that. They sent us an email.
What's the chances of it being a renewal thing for very long?
I think it's probably good. They wouldn't commit except verbally, talk to the people that are running it down there. It's a state-funded grant, but they are using federal funds for it. I don't know. It's tough to say. We can't really commit, but the 1 year is totally open with the applicants. But it has been posted. I'm thrilled that we have. Weren't sure we would be any, so that's a good thing. Commencement. Some may have heard that we shut down. I shut down. Responsibility. Elementary gym. There was some damage observed on that floor. May have mixed in so you call to get it tested. Or it's compromised. That's no reason. They haven't given me the final report. Even though there's comparison. It would be nice to make that floor something. Principals have worked on it a little bit. In fact, we'll something over time. So it's like a rubber floor. Whatever it is, it's not very big. It's a multi-purpose. They were using it for cafeteria. It's like that. Do you recall the quote you guys got up? Something
Think like the way out there, 100,000.
It kind of messes up the height of the hoops and the door threshold. So it's kind of taken into consideration. So that's what it is. Other than that, okay, nobody was really that I knew. But I did want to bring it to put on the radar. Another item I hit you guys with is you can write it now. You don't have to. But an idea that we had around for I don't remember the original script for this idea. Or likely was potentially taking our building and making it having a construction class like that. We want to be smart about how the thought behind this would give maybe make it housing now we get about the house. So, like I said, I'm out for your input, but no other distance. Thing. The construction class would potentially remodel any funds that are say it's you want to kind of go it's $5-$60 that go back to the construction projects. So potentially looking at that, I don't know if we're ready to do that. Principal's kind of decided, but we got to get some things lined out. That would happen. Going through the board is definitely.
What happened to the construction process?
There is a encapsulated, so there is a great question. It's in this stuff, ceiling, ceiling. But we have to see if it's going to disturb the bond. So that's that would be one of those obstacles. I have to look and see what it is.
I would check on because for code, it'll have to be 1.9, which you're going to drop $10,000 on that. And it's going to make it cost that much because the size of the building going down, living quarters, like really have to put sprinkler systems and stuff like that into that. Ties into the building.
Well, and then here's the really downside. I don't remember the name of the movie, but what if we get somebody in there that just refuses to leave?
That's not a movie.
Oh, wait a minute. Andrew told me, as serious, that's I understand, like, it's a great thing to consider, but all these do have to be considered. And if someone's paying rent, then we're going to be limited to what we can limit them to. And there's a lot of things we want on school property.
Well, and I would say you reach out just for like a verbal thing, something like that. And then I would probably talk to you. You have to definitely do it through a realtor to cover our things. I mean, because there's a lot of that. There's a lot of, and there's a bunch of different areas. How's that considered? They look at it, gifting public funds at the even market value. All sorts of fun stuff. That's why I say you get a real all that stuff. Okay.
Well, and see, they're in their own home. They're paying rent. It's their home. They slip in the shower. They can sue the school district because it's on school property. I know I'm a negative Nelly, but I worry about our liability.
Well, there's a whole bunch of things. Home rentals, single family building, and that's strictly what it's for. So it's a different set of laws. Your commercial, merging a school district or a public building with a residence, and then start getting into along with all that stuff, quota for ADA compliance and all that stuff once you step out of a single family dwelling. It gets crazy. It's stupid quick.
Okay.
What are they being used for?
Storage.
Do we use them as storage, or are they? So if we used them for something else, we'd have to do something for storage.
Yeah, some of that stuff get rid of, auctions, you can move to another room. There's a room right across. A lot of it, I think, disposed of or sold at auction.
But I do think it's great to look at some of that stuff with other sources of income that we can still offset some things. That's just one of my concerns. Sure. I appreciate outside the box too.
Yeah, I agree. So I'll do that. Maybe I'll have it for the next week for you guys. Just continue the conversation a little bit. But those concerns so far are real. But I do like the creative thinking, and it potentially knows it might work, might not be a good fit for us at this time. At least we'll know about it. I agree with you.
I know other schools, construction classes and stuff have had projects of building sheds, of building houses off campus and things like that. I definitely like the idea of doing something like that.
The thought was that
Whether it's this or something else.
Yeah, recruiting teachers, which is a big concern everywhere. So I don't know if it would help or not. It may. So
I'm sure there's a few teachers that would help. I think the majority, at least here in Joseph City, I don't think it would help. But I do think that there's some that it would.
is there a housing shortage? Is something we have people coming in that's right now?
I think we have one teacher now. She has no concern.
She's sharing somebody with community member.
So that was part of it. That we're so tight right now, maybe even. So I don't know. But I'll get a quote. I might need to draw it up. I'll go through all the storage and make sure. But there is existing plumbing. There is that asbestos. I know that is in there. And if it's secure, a lot of questions. We can start looking at it. I don't know if next school year we wait to optimistic, but we can start looking at it.
Some existing plumbing is worse off than
Yeah, they have like toilets and right now they're really small. I remember. So those would have to be released. Okay, moving along here. We have an elementary roofing project that's going well, with the exception of the mechanical room. We have like the boilers and chiller pumps. That has some plywood damage and at least one raft, probably damaged enough that it would be replaced. So that's in the works. That will be funded by the School Facilities Board. Met with them, and they don't receive their renewal funding until July. But until then, there is some contingency that they're going to use to dry it in, continue with the rest of that. Something
that has nothing to do with any of this, but an interesting fact I noticed. The workers cook out on the street by the dumpster. They have it looked like a Blackstone grill. Today they had the other day they were I thought it was interesting, I mean, poor guys, they're away from home, they want real food.
So, if you have any questions on that project, it seems to be going, demo on it, it's 2 years. So there was a piece of fiber actually on that phase 2. I don't know if we had to quote Steve or Jason, you know, get that off of it.
No, we just tried our best to secure it up.
We were trying to find something. It's a main fiber line for us. But there's not much we can do with it. As long as they don't hit it, it won't be a problem. Anyway, they're doing some interior repair. Last one I had is had one room left. Eric can probably give us an update. They still have one room to do with the high school.
So, this is what operated restore program water damage from floods. They did our fax room, and science room is completed. Just finished work on the gym. There's some water damage in the gym, and they have one room left that's Katie Rush's room, which they will start after 3 weeks probably.
Do we have anything in place for this from continuing? Because it's not like these are just boom, there's a leak. Get rotted wood, it's a long time. It's not the season time. The fact that we have, it's not that was a freak storm. It was it's a maintenance issue. Do we have any, I mean, new roofs, are we going to do anything to keep an eye on them before we get into rotted joists and stuff like that?
Yeah, it is part of our good points. Part of our provisional maintenance plan. We should be up on the roof twice a year. Inspect. Depending on what we're talking about, different causes of some feeling damage.
That sounds from the HVAC.
Yeah.
And some from the other things. It's still the same. Still isn't. It's a maintenance issue than it is a whole crap issue.
Yeah, and so at least some of the cases, it's human error. But like at the elementary, where we have some, there's like a crack around. That's a leak that came from a penetration. We hired, I think even prior to the superintendent, we hired roofers, all kinds of bars. There was like a block that some kind of unit used to sit on there. We just could not get it to stop without tearing the whole thing down. But it just didn't rain enough to take the thing off. But in hindsight, yeah, we won't have that. This roof is a different style of roof on this penetration. Yeah, we follow our we should catch nearly not all of them. But the ceiling tiles, they do steam too, so they're an expensive, like wood replace. Some of the stains in the ceiling tile come from pipes that will spread if they're not insulated properly, valves that make it slow gasket. And we do have a big campus, torn directions. And some of them can overflow tanks from condensations, so those you get in a perfect world we can catch. So, but thank you for that, pointing that out. Unless you have questions on my report, be quiet until you have some.
Any questions? Okay. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that. Let's go to public. Skips us down to consent agenda items. Item number 5. It's A through 5G, it looks like. Make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as listed.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Carson. Any discussion needed?
So on the road renewal, it's a 5-year contract, just renewing the next phase of it, is that correct?
This is 4th of 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And every year, renewal.
right,
So
right.
they can.
And after the 5th, you want to go on to rebid, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure because that is a big thing. You know, a lot of this is not getting the proper 3 bids on this stuff. With this additional grant money and having a hard time.
Anything else? Okay, vote Karsten?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
On there?
Yes.
So, yes. Okay, that's to personnel requests. 6. Okay, I'll make the motion that we approve the employee assignments, renewals, volunteers, and resignation as listed.
I'll second.
So we have a list and some here. Council.
Yeah, there's 3 of these that we gotta do. This is the first one.
Right.
Would you like me to list them?
Probably unnecessary. One request.
Any questions, any discussion needed for this one?
So 6. I just want to make sure that
We're on 6A.
only A, which isn't this list. It's
Part of it.
The
No, this is all
attachment is
resignation.
6B.
There's a few assignments.
Yeah.
6A's got this, okay, be specific.
Let's
6A's
go
got
through.
3 assignments. Dustin Fish as skills USA. Caleb Blaine as a seasonal worker for summer waves. Jim Stradling as a skills USA. There's a renewal of Tim as a seasonal worker listed custodial technology and inventory. Volunteers, there's a resignation of Dustin Fish as an agriculture and welding teacher. Andy Forey as a junior high school fire and drama teacher. Karen Hutchins as a kindergarten aide. Adam Dean as a science and math teacher. And Nicole Dean as an elementary school library.
That's right. Thank you.
How can you resign it?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
He's resigned as it.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that-
something he's up this school year. I
Oh,
just failed to get it up this meeting. There's a little stipend.
Qualify for this.
Okay, so it's,
I was hoping kind of hook it a
Keep
little
it,
bit.
keep it hooked on it. No, apparently he's smarter than the rest, I guess.
Yeah, we'll let you off the pace.
Any other questions about this?
I just wanted to make sure that everybody was right with this. And people follow it.
Okay. Peyton?
Yes.
Rhonda?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Karsten? Okay, that brings us to 6B, personnel appointment. Now it's the list that's in front of you. Has several seasonal workers, lifeguards, some teachers for a few different things.
Like our summer
Did we-
school.
That's good, we're already getting teachers for each year.
motion?
I got it. I'll make a motion that we approve personnel appointments as listed.
I'll second.
There we go. I probably did skip. Thank you.
You were specifying us, we both got lost on motion.
That's good. Yeah. Okay, so it's this paper. That broad now. All right. Any questions, discussion?
These were,
It's a bunch of different ones. There's several lifeguards on there. There's a school secretary on there. There's a teacher, academic summer camp.
well, the one that draws my attention is the out of need when he's resigned.
So he, if anyone knows something different, please interrupt me, but, is with this youth faith and family grant, was gonna do some, astronomy I believe, classes, or maybe it was part of the parent teaching class,
Astronomy.
astronomy. If we have that, we have to get the equipment and stuff.
But how soon is that gonna happen?
During the summer.
Okay, because I know they're relocating.
Yeah.
If not, it'll be coming July. So I guess.
So he
June.
has some time to do it. Okay.
At one time, we were looking at 2 elementary secretaries. Did that half, or are we still looking at that? And this is only half of it?
Yeah.
You have to, it's once Leanna, yep. She just has to go.
So we're still looking for that?
The second. Sure.
The second what? Well, when he was saying, I couldn't hear.
Yeah, no.
That's why.
Right. Anything else?
Just out of curiosity, what are we still officially looking for next year?
I've got to fill Mr. Forey's vacancy, or at least a portion of that, and then have a couple of ag classes. That's all I lack.
We have a 3rd grade teacher, elementary teacher, and some aide positions. Librarian, and secretary.
So we're ahead of, it seems like
The
normal.
district has a sped secretary.
Good job.
Wasn't us, it just worked for me anyways, it worked out really nice. We had a lot of people that applied that were competent, and I was excited, so.
Yes.
Thank you. Myself, yes. Andrea, Carson, Dave. Everybody said yes.
Got it.
Okay, that brings us to 6C. Please.
I'll make a motion that we approve the personnel assignments of Trina Larson for junior senior high math and Sharon Spurlock for life.
I'll second it.
Further discussion? Call for the vote. Yes, Ellen?
Stay.
Andrew, yes.
Yes.
Karsten? Dave?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, that brings us to action item 7A. Make a motion that we approve City School FY 2022 budget.
Who's second?
Nobody yet.
I'll second.
8 seconds.
That's all you gotta do is.
Okay, so you should have the revised budget, part of your backup. You don't have any printouts?
No.
We already have that.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so this is, by law, we're doing this meeting or prior to now. Revisions have to happen this year, just to make sure everything's finalized. So, a lot of times until the previous year is done, this stuff isn't done. So now it is, and this is the final revision. You may have some questions about it. If you want to go through it, we can do that.
I was waiting for Andrew to have questions.
So we're carrying over 800,000 from last year. And put it in, so do we have any projections of what we're carrying from this year to next year?
We know that we'll be once we get this budget done, we start on next year's and getting that all worked out. Yeah. So that's part of our prepping for potentially phasing down on override. So.
Did I understand you say the carryover would be close to the 800,000?
That's what I anticipate. I'll go on record of saying that. Now, this includes, what this does include is the ESSER funds, not the EPS money that they've sent to us for transition.
So with it, So it includes the ESSER fund, the 2 million and some odd change?
No, not exactly. It includes, because of the ESSER funds, we didn't have to spend as much of our M&O money, is probably a more precise way to say it. So there's that, and then the override. So those two together, it's kind of adds up together to make that $867,000.
We have spent some of the ESSER funds that was in our last week, we had a breakdown of it, a lot of it in technology, software.
I thought we needed something from that.
Well, this carryover is just maintenance and operation, it's not ESSER,
So
but,
ESSER is not included in
but
this.
it's a bigger, correct, but it's a bigger number than we might otherwise expect, because instead of having to use M&O to buy certain things, we're able to use ESSER money, so.
So ESSER gave us a little bit of a surplus.
That's
That's what I
it
was
is.
wanting to get. I wasn't sick.
Thank you for that. Right, so, my mistake.
Anything else? Andrew?
Yes.
Karsten?
Yes.
Dayton?
Yes.
Yes.
So, yes. Seven B, make a motion, possible approval of bid award for special education services.
I'll second it.
This is something that Mr. Mills and Mrs. Strong have been working on for a while now. They had to go out to bid because they expected it to be higher, but they've got it all summed up here. So I don't know if they want to add anything, but it's listed in your agenda item. Expensive stuff, but it's important stuff.
And we're going with a little bit on that.
It might have been the only bid on some of
Yeah, which is why we were going with multiple vendors. We're splitting it up into the different components and going with the lowest on, because some people might be the lowest here in, say, psychology services, higher counseling. So that's why it splits up into different vendors.
probably saved us a little bit by you guys doing that.
For sure.
Is this the best way to do it?
Yeah.
I know a lot of places try different things because of the expense. It's, it's a tough thing to build.
And you guys are cool with only getting part of it.
We're getting what we need.
I mean, but the vendors, they're all right with it.
Yeah, it's pretty common practice to do it this way.
Have we notified them yet? Or talked to them about their award? Okay.
I believe, if I understood correctly, we're going to have one more counselor at the school next year than we had this year. Is that?
I haven't seen the final numbers, we discussed that.
We've allocated more hours counseling. Now, whether that turns out to be another person or 2 part-timers or whatever, that's,
But there'll be more sessions available.
Yes.
We need more sessions.
Yes.
Counseling? Yes. I might start seeing.
Exactly.
Don't love yet? Why don't we? Yes.
Dave? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Myself, yes. Discussion item. Is there any discussion items? Don't know anything.
On the agenda? Oh,
That's where we're at. Discussion. So that brings us to this is where you have.
Yep. So these are the new curriculum next year. Yeah, public display. 68. Oh, I'm lying.
And on your board books, there, links are there, and they're also on the website. You can go to schools, and the drop-down menu says curriculum or textbook.
Who suggested, requested these
All these, yeah,
based on information from the teacher is what they would be best?
yeah. We currently have a 6-grade math book, and then 7th-grade math books were there when I started teaching 15 years ago. So.
Math doesn't change. I'd say 1 plus 1 is
2
6.
2 is
Yeah,
4.
imagine junior high kids with the same textbook.
A lot of germs.
So we purchased a new math textbook for the high school last year. These are all that same company. All follow
Just
step by step.
So we're not really changing.
It's a different company than our old math textbook, although it covers the same.
Sometimes the exam.
Yes. That's only good.
Now I have to reach it.
So what they take a different worded sentence? They're used to a fourth.
It's the same topic, but
Very little.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Okay, and we have requests for agenda items. There, upcoming events. The next regular school board meeting. I won't be here.
Gee, what a surprise.
I don't even know what to say.
It's a hunting.
Well, my aunt, my kids were cruise and it sent a smell of
Whatever.
Probably got that wrong.
She still loves me.
She must.
I know.
The same.
I don't know.
Pretty sure I won't be coming.
Yeah. Might have another anniversary.
So they're gonna miss the ceremony because now I must be planning and stuff. Might make it good, so.
We usually, I haven't been to it. We don't.
Oh, that's, yeah.
But if, in case we all show up.
Yeah, typically you don't have, spoken, you don't have the board on the stage. Unless.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing away with that.
Well, I go, that's the only reason I go.
Are you going up to what?
Are you guys
Oh, I'll
planning
watch it.
on get a promotion? I know you'll be there for high school graduation. Promotions, sometimes we only have 2 or 3. I'm just curious.
I didn't know it was optional. I
That's
thought it was-
basically
Or maybe there's just.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Cheers for you.
A couple years ago, that was like, no, we have, it's a good opportunity to put a game behind it. But the kindergarten one, you don't.
What? Are we in adjournment? Okay. Nate.
Alright,
Some
we
kind
got
of referee. Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Okay. Yeah, Andrew, Carson, Nate, Ron.
No, you've been to us.